You guys, every day is blinded with science. You got to use your thinker. I use comments that people send me on my phone to that actually gives me ideas for another video. This ain't the first cat that basically sent me a picture of upgrading his alternators with diodes, and I knew what it was, and I said, yeah, that's hit or miss, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Uh, it's called wigger rigging. Yeah, wigger rigging. Or nagger. Like Randy Marsh said, people who annoy you. 10 seconds, Mr. Marsh. I know the word. I just don't need to say it. And then he says the word, and it's like, eh. And it comes up Nagger. Oh, nagger. Oh, okay, nagger. I got it. Yeah. Nagger rigging. I call it wigga. I call it all kinds of shit. Don't matter. I say the real world, or not world. I say the real shit. It don't make no difference to me, man. It's just a fucking word. Yeah. I got the word wigga. That's calling a white dude a nagger. It's true. Don't matter what color you are, man. That hits home to every race. Does that make sense? Um, what this video is about is you got to think on your own. You got to come up with ideas of your own. You have to experiment with science, 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 science. Yeah, you gotta do a little bit of science. So you probably like, what the hell is in here? Now, these were screws off of this board, and the knobs for the top for the equalizer or the crossovers and shit. That's what this is. Now, I'm not gonna tell you my formula here. I do this, guys. I'm constantly thinking. Use your brain, man. Use what you have. Is it Gonzo? I don't know. Patrick talks about Gonzo all the time, and then some people talk about Jesus and all that shit, and I don't believe in none of the shit. You don't know the truth. Not a damn bit of none of it. Not. It's just a damn word. Hell, every time you say the word shit, does that mean good? Who made it mean shit like doo doo? It's just what you've been passed. It's what's been passed on to you. Yeah, a word is just a word that's been passed along. I mean, when somebody came up with that word nagger, I mean, what does that truly mean? It's just a word, man. It don't mean shit. Yeah, some words in different countries mean certain things, different things. So when somebody says something like, you ain't worth for shit, well, in my eyes, I'm going to say, well, I didn't create the word shit, so I'm going to say shit means great, God, goodness. Yeah, like a God. You ain't worth a God, yeah, or whatever. I'm just greatness. You see, shit means greatness, man. They're trying to say I'm not the greatest, I guess. I don't know. What I try to do in my spare time, which I don't have much of, is I experiment with shit. If we just left it to every scientist back in the day, somebody had to come up with something so you could turn your lights on, you'd have some electricity. Science is a big deal. I believe in science because science is proven. Yeah, all that other nonsense, I don't believe none of shit because can't nobody prove a damn thing. They'll dig down 20 feet deep and go, there's part of an ark. Oh, really? Who the fuck said that? It's always some bullshit. So, anyway, these were the screws and the knobs off this amp. Now, I made my solution. This is a new solution I'm trying because what's happening if I use just the flits? Let's see if I got the flits on hand. The flit sometimes on a certain type of screw will actually turn it an orangey color. It doesn't maintain its gold looking color. Now, if you keep cleaning it, it'll bring it back to the right color. But I want something that I can put it on and it doesn't turn colors again. So I've made a formula here. It smells good. Yeah, it actually smells really good. It smells good enough to drink, but I promise you don't want to drink this shit. No. Now, I'll try to rinse these off here in just a minute to see what it looks like. It's been soaking for about a week, and over that week's time, I can come back and check this shit. Now, when I first put this in here, it was clear, almost clear looking. And when I got, after about a week, this is what it looks like. I mean, you can see the rust is eating off that shit, but it's not hurting the screws. I'm using my brain, man. I'm trying to come up with different things so I'm not doing same as everybody else. Now, this is the board out of the real dirty, it's the Jensen 300A HLX amp. And this is a spare board. I said I was going to clean the board up and everything, but you'll see this residue look. That residue look come from the type of alcohol I used on it. Now, you got to use 99.9%, but certain kinds of alcohol leave a film, and I don't like that film. And the circuit board cleaner itself, on this particular board, I used CRC, and it didn't do real well. Not as good as I wanted it to. So that's why I got the Kraken. And I also got another kind called Ockfix. Now, this is some of that Arab writing it right there. You see it? So I'm going to try it. I got to see where it's made. Where's it made at? It's got to be made somewhere over there in one of them countries. Let's see. That says you're Turkey. Go fucking figure, man. Every damn good chemical's made in Turkey. Now, this come up when I was looking for the Kraken stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if this is not made by the same company. Yeah, like the oils I use in my cars are what you call it? It's called Amelie. Amelie makes like 80% of the oils that you see in the stores, but they don't sell their oil in like Napa or O'Reilly's, or you ain't gonna find Amelie oil in them places. No, Amelie can't compete against itself. It would be a conflict of interest. In other words, they make, even if you see oil that might say, and I'm just using an example, just say Mobil One. Mobil One might not even be Mobil One oil. It might be Amelie. Amelie's one of the biggest producers of oils in the world. They've been around for I think since 1902. Been around a very long time, and that's the best oil I've ever used. I like Mobil One as my last go-to. I like Lucas, and I love Amelie oil. That oil is, you put that shit in them cars that I got, and you try to run some cheap shit in there, it ain't gonna be right. No, you got to run that Amelie. That's some good shit. Now on this board, what I'm going to try to clean it up with this stuff here first and see how it turns out. And then if it doesn't do what I want, I'm going back over with the Kraken. I've tested the Kraken before. That's killer shit. Now this alcohol, you're going to say, well, alcohol's alcohol. Well, I'm going to try this kind because I got other kinds that I got and it didn't do well. There are differences in alcohol, just how it's made. So I'm going to see if it leaves a film or not. But this board is good. So that way when I sell that Jensen amp, it's the red one that I got made look brand new and shit. It'll have a second board and a second, basically like the crossover board, that'll be included. So it'll have an amp completely working fine. This board works, tests fine, and it's going to be completely cleaned up, very nice. And all you'd have to do is put you some Arctic 4 paste on here and just screw it in. You just screw it back in. And I'm going to try to use these same screws. Now I got screws, but I want to see if I can shine these up. And these knobs, those knobs were really dirty. And you can see, man, look at the crust just off of that little bit of shit. So I'm gonna try that real quick. Let me try to rinse this off just some, see what it looks like. Like I said, it's been sitting a week and a half. I kind of want to see what it looks like, and then I can share that with you. But yeah, this is another brand I'm gonna try. Fix, AK Fix, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna see how it does, because some of these leaves really bad residue. CRC normally does well, but whatever's on this board, it looked like backer juice. You can see it just didn't look good right through here. So I'm gonna try something different because I want it to be bling bling, right? You know what I mean? Hang tight. All right, now you see the cup's empty. These knobs turned out really good. I mean, they're very, very clean. That's what's on my thumb that jumped, but these turned out perfect. And they were bad. Perfect. Perfect. These little black screws were all just nasty. Gummed up. All these turned out perfect. So I'm going to separate them. You see, they came out really good. Now, look how bad these things look. So just think about this. The screws, when I first took them out, they were solid that black. You see how it's got that build up in there, even down in the groove. So what I'm going to do is soak them a little bit more, and then what I'll do is I'm going to brush them off with like a toothbrush to help break up some of that. But I'm going to soak them one more time. But you can see anywhere that stuff wasn't at is really clean and shiny. Don't get me wrong, it was gummed up, but the worst of it was on the top. And it's working. I just think I need to add some more to my mixture. Let me mix it up right quick, and I'll show you what it looks like when I first put them in there. Check that shit out. Now, that is not warm water. I promise you that ain't warm water. See the top of the cup? Read the outside of this cup. 140 degrees. That is not hot water, y'all. No. It's not acid. No. These nuts be doing some crazy shit, man. This is how I learn stuff. I think I'm smarter than Albert Einstein, if you don't know the truth, but I try not to tell everybody that shit. But yep, pretty much I'm smarter than his ass. He's just learning. He ain't around no more. So I'm the new Albert Einstein. But check that shit out. Let me check one more thing. I'm going to redo the formula here. We're going to see what it did. All right, this is a round 2. This is the dump out of just a few seconds. Because I'd already had most of the stuff. That black's loosened up. Like I said, I don't know what that is. But I know I can take a little brush and get that out easily. But I'm wanting the chemicals to do its work first. But look how, man, these things were nasty. Look how shiny they are. See that shit? And it's not turning them colors. They're staying the right color. But that black's got to come out. Some of them's doing a lot better. See, this one's done. There's nothing else I can do to that one. You see what I'm saying? It's perfect. This is only letting it set for a week. No brushing at all. That one's ready. And I'll go through the rest and see if these are good. This one's ready. See? Well, wait a minute. Has it got a little bit more in there? No, that's good. Let's see. That has a little bit still right there in the corner. This one is good. Perfect. I promise you I'm not using any brushes on this shit. Perfect. This one is the worst one. I bet I can get some off of it just by rubbing it. A little bit longer in the old chemical. And this one a little bit longer. But you can see it's coming off even on my hands. So these look great. Let me show you the formula one more time before I add one. You'll be able to see what it looks like a little bit better. Just hang tight. All right, actually I put 3 back in there. These all turned out perfect. Absolutely perfect. Guys, these screws are not new. Those are 20-plus-year-old screws. So when you see some of the screws that look crusty as shit, you can clean them up if you don't have any around. Because, man, if you just buy little screws like that, they're going to cost you $10. Yeah. Now, this is sitting in the formula right now. I'm going to add one more thing to it. Put a little bit in there. Let me stir it up. I promise you it starts out green. And there it is, it's going to work. Look at that shit. See it? She's working. Stick that right there. Some of you might find this boring, but some of you, if it works out well and nothing turns, I'll tell you what it is. But check that shit out. That is unreal. It's working. $192, $109, $116. Stir it up. Stir it up with my old clothespin. You see it breaking it down. I'll get it soaking probably about another 10-15 minutes. Then I'll rinse them, throw the little brush to them, put one more little dab of green in that sucker, and she's gonna be good to go like these. If you look at the past videos, these look really bad. Look at that shit. Guys, it's beautiful. Hang tight. Alright, this is the board I have not cleaned. This is for the crossover, your power LED, and that amp comes with, it's like this basically. This is in the lid, and that's in the actual board. So I'll put these back in here once it's all, I mean, look, them screws even make them damn doodly dallies look dirty. Just because it's got that funky film on it, and I'll clean all that up. But that's just amazing that a screw looked that bad, come out that good. I mean, these were rough looking. I swear it looked like somebody took a spit of beech nut in that dude's eye and shot at him with the old 45. Don't be afraid to do some science at home. Make sure you're in a ventilated area. That motherfucker's bowling, boys. $102. It's calmed down a little bit. It's not as hot as it was. Once it's got a bunch of stuff on it, it's really going to work a whole lot better. But that's it. You guys take care. Have a great day. I'll get this cleaned up nice, and I'll do a little final video how it turned out. And then, like I said, I'll put this with the other amp that this goes in. And that way, when I sell the amp, you're gonna have 2 amps. Basically, the entire guts, which is the main function of the amplifier, and just take care of the outside, and you'll be good to go. You guys have a great day, and I'll let you know how this stuff works right here versus the cracking. See you.